Fascinating as ever, really, with Meghan and Harry, because if you recall when they first decided to disappear out of the public domain, they were going, weren't they? South Africa, deepest South Africa, looking after all the tortured animals. They didn't want any level of media intrusion. This was what Harry really wanted to escape from. And apparently, Meghan, the budding global superstar that really just loved attention, came to London to try and find attention, was more than happy to give it all up for love. It's a little bit like the Meatloaf song, isn't it? I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Seemingly, what is that now for Meghan Markle, and in particular, this latest breaking story? As ever, let me explain. Morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and thank you as ever for your wonderful comments about our brilliant beef eaters at the Tower of London. They're just a wonderful sort of historical fact, aren't they? I love going to see them, and as so many of you wrote very kindly in the comments below, all the history that they impart when you go on those tours, some of it quite grisly, isn't it? You do kind of think, I don't know if I want to be standing here anymore, and don't the ravens look menacing? Absolutely. So thank you for your support in that. I've sent that video report over to the Tower of London so they can see all your comments, and they can obviously see that they're very much well loved and well respected around the world. Possibly the same couldn't be said of this particular lady right now, of course, the former actress and cable TV star Meghan Markle. That's right, seemingly, because now, according to those rumours, she's, shall we say, meeting for business with the billionaire Gordon Getty. Now, for many people, a Getty organisation means one thing and one thing only: riches, powerful people, lots of money, and more importantly, of course, a story, a backstory that's simply fascinating, bigger than any soap opera, Dallas Dynasty, or all those sort of things rolled into one. For my generation, Getty Images is the thing now where they make the most money. You will see that most big pictures are accredited to them, and you have to sub-license them from that. Very difficult market to keep going, though, because with the age of the internet, digital revolution, people just really borrow and don't bother asking. So possibly that's why he went from like 12 billion down to 2 billion, but that's not necessarily the case with Gordon. And as ever, let me explain. The story goes, and we have to be very careful here, because so far Meghan and her team are eagerly watching with their legal eagles to see exactly what people are saying. That's what I'm saying about Meghan and Harry. They certainly know how to make a book by starting a rumour. The bottom line is this, though, according to a very good source: yes, there have been meetings. Yes, not as many meetings as people are alluding to at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Not at all. But the background to this is that Meghan and allegedly both Harry wish to, shall we say, engage themselves with Mr. Getty with regards to a possible documentary, particularly focusing on his life and that of being a classical composer, including his own opera. This has been his true passion. He's invested in the classical world for many years, possibly at a great loss, some people might say. And this, according to that particular source, is the reason why Meghan, whatever you believe, is meeting up with Mr. Getty. They feel like they're going down a more serious, demanding classical route with their forthcoming Archwell productions. People might take them more respectively. And also with a name like Getty, and I'm surmising this, perhaps he won't mind too much having a profile being made of him on something like Netflix, simply because, of course, if you think about it, he could possibly fund it. You get the picture? And so the bottom line is, a lot of people are being, should we say, rather unkind about exactly alluding to many different things. And as ever, a lot of people saying that sort of thing out there need to be very careful legally what you're saying, because the bottom line is, you can't substantiate that. There's no individual proof. What we've been told by a very good source is this is the next directive, the next idea that they wish to go down. Now, we could all be proven wrong, obviously. But the bottom line is, I can see and understand why this would make perfect sense. Go to rich people who have the money to fund the entire production, stick your name attached to that, and then hopefully that gives you some kind of credibility. If, of course, you develop a strong and meaningful friendship along the way, then who are we to say? But now, right now, Harry and Meghan really need a hit, particularly after trashing the British royal family. And Netflix seem very happy with this particular idea. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.